welcome to Songs of the Season. And we're also going to be doing some old Halloween songs you might remember. Here's one you probably sang when you were a kid with your parents, and maybe your grandparents were singing it too. Well, the night was mighty dark and you could hardly see, for the moon refused to shine. There's a couple sitting underneath an apple tree, for love they pined. A little maid kind of afraid of darkness, so she said, I guess I'll go. Well, the boy began to sigh. He looked up in the sky. He told the moon his little tale of woe. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. For I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to stay outside and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal. I can't see why a boy would sigh when by his side is the girl he loves so true. All he has to say is, won't you be my bride, for I love you. I can't see why I'm telling you this secret when I know that you can guess. Well, the harvest moon will smile, shine on all the while, if the little girl should answer yes. Oh, shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. For I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to stay outside and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal. Let's all sing it together. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. For I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to stay outside and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal, for me and my gal, for me and my gal. I bet you remembered that one, and you probably remember this great old song. A lot of people recorded this one, people like Johnny Cash back in the day. Ghost Riders in the Sky. You ready to howl with me? An old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. And on a ridge he rested as he rode along his way, when all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged sky and up a cloudy draw. I need your help on the chorus now. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo, ow, yeah. Ghost riders in the sky, there were ghost riders in the sky. Their horns were black and shiny, and their hooves were made of steel. Their brands were still on fire, and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear shot through him as they thundered through the sky. He saw the riders coming hard, and he heard their mournful cry. Oh, ready, here we go. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts all soaked with sweat. They're riding hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught 'em yet. But they gotta ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride, I hear them cry. You ready? Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Ghost riders in the sky. As the riders loped on by him, well, he heard one call his name. gonna save your soul from hell, riding on our range. Then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride, trying to catch that devil's herd across those endless skies. Here we go, last time. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. There were ghost riders in the sky. Sing it with me now, come on, here we go. One more time. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-yo. Oh. Ghost riders in the sky. There were ghost riders in the sky. Johnny Mercer wrote this, what's become a jazz standard for the season. The fallen leaves drift by my window, the autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your lips, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands I used to hold. Since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear old winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall, when autumn leaves start to fall. Well, if you like picking apples, then this silly little song is for you. Hey ho, makes you feel so fine, looking out across the orchard in the bright sunshine. Hey ho, makes you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. Up in the morning before the sun, I don't get home until the day is done. My picksack's heavy and my shoulders sore, but I'll be back tomorrow to pick some more. Hey ho, makes you feel so fine, looking out across the orchard in the bright sunshine. Hey ho, makes you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. You start at the bottom and you pick 'em from the ground. You pick that tree clean all the way around. Then you set up your ladder and you climb up high, looking through the branches at the clear blue sky. Hey ho, makes you feel so fine, looking out across the orchard in the bright sunshine. Hey ho, makes you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. You got a three-legged ladder, it's wobbly as well, reaching for an apple and I almost fell. 20-pound sack hanging round my neck, there's 2 more apples I can't quite get. Hey ho, makes you feel so fine, looking out across the orchard in the bright sunshine. Hey ho, makes you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. Hey ho, you feel so down, look at all the windfalls falling on the ground. But hey ho, you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. You know what though? Hey ho, you lose your mind if you sing this song about 1,000 times. Hey ho, but you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. Hey ho, makes you feel so fine, looking out across the orchard in the bright sunshine. Hey ho, makes you feel so free, standing in the top of an apple tree. Bum-ba-dum-bum. And speaking of food for the season, here's a little song about one of my favorites, pumpkin pie. Well, in the West there lived a maid. She was a cook who knew her trade. She baked sweet pudding and at harvest time she made a very special pumpkin pie. Oh, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. She made a special pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. You never tasted such a pumpkin pie. Well, this young cook fell in love with a man. He was a farmer who worked the land. He grew potatoes and beans, oh my, orange pumpkins 3 feet high. At the harvest fair price for his pumpkin of enormous size. He gave it to the cook to try. She made a very special pumpkin pie. Oh, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. She made a special pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. You never tasted such a pumpkin pie. She took eggs and milk, sweet brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and some ginger. Special spices she would try to woo the gardener with her pumpkin pie. Well, after one mouthful, his eyes began to glaze. After two mouthfuls, he fell into a daze. My lovely cook, you're the apple of my eye. I'd love to have some more of your pumpkin pie. Oh, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. She made a special pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. You never tasted such a pumpkin pie. Well, the farmer and cook are as happy as can be, living together with children three. They'll be happy until they die with regular helpings of pumpkin pie. Let's sing it. Oh, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. She made a special pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie, pumpkin pie. You never tasted such a pumpkin pie. Do you remember Dusty Springfield? In the 60s, she did this song. In the cool of the evening, when everything is getting kinda groovy, you can call me up and ask me, would you like to go with me and see a movie? Well, at first I say no, I got some plans for the night. Then I stop and I say, alright. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. You always keep me guessing, I never seem to know what you are thinking. And if a boy looks at you, it seems her little eye will be a-winking. I get confused, I don't know where I stand. Then you smile and you take my hand. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky, ooh, 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 ooh. Well, if you decide to stop this little game that you are playing, I'm gonna tell you all the things that my heart's been a-dying to be saying. Just like a ghost, you've been haunting my dreams, so now I know you're not what you seem. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Oh, in the cool of the evening, getting kinda groovy, you can call me up and ask me, would I like to go with you and see a movie? Well, at first I say no, I got some plans for the night. Then I stop and I say, alright. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Yeah, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. Spooky, ooh, love is kinda crazy, a spooky little girl like you. Yeah, love is kinda crazy with a spooky little girl like you. That's a scary song. I bet you can sing this wacky song with me. Well, I saw this thing coming out of the sky. It had one big horn and one big eye. It commenced to shaking and I said, ooh-wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Well, he came down to earth and he lit in a tree. Said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. I heard him say in a voice so gruff, I won't eat you, 'cause you're too tough. Oh, it was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Whoa. Well, I said, Mr. Purple Eater, what's your line? Said, eating purple people, it sure is fine. But that's not the reason that I came to this land. I wanna get a job in a rock and roll band. Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. We wear short shorts, flying purple people eater. What a sight to see. Whoa. Then he sprung from a tree and he lit on the ground. He started to rock, really rocking around. It was a crazy little ditty with a swinging tune, singing boo-bop-a-doo, bop-a-doo, bop-boo. Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. I like short shorts, flying purple people eater. What a sight to see. Well, he went on his way, and what do you know? I saw him last night on a TV show. He was blowing it out, really knocking him dead, playing rock and roll music to the horn in his head. He was a one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Sing it with me now. Oh, one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Yeah, he sure looks strange to me. He sure looks strange to me. Yeah! Boy, that's a wacky one. Haha. Speaking of wacky, remember the theme song from the Addams Family? They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Now there's a place where you're supposed to snap your fingers twice. Do you remember? Ba-da-la-dum, 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 ba-da-la-dum. Try it again. Ba-da-la-dum, 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 ba-da-la-dum. Well, their house is a museum where people come to see 'em. They really are a scream, the Addams Family. Ba-da-la-dum, 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 ba-da-la-dum. So get a wish, a shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna play a call on the Addams Family. Ba-ba-da-dum, ba-ba-da-bum, 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 ba-ba-da-bum. One more time. Ba-da-la-dum, 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 ba-da-la-dum. Now that was a really wacky show. Remember that one? Here's a country classic by Buck Owens. Frankenstein was first in line, and Wolfman came up next. Dracula was a-doing his stuff, breathing down my neck. Well, jump back, make tracks, here comes the hunchback, better get out of his way. Fee, fee, fi, fi, fo, fo, fum, it was a monster's holiday. Well, I hopped into bed and I covered my head, saying I'm gonna get some sleep. Got woken up about 12 o'clock. I jumped right to my feet, 'cause there were gremlins, goblins, dragons, and zombies. Lordy, what an awful sight. I said, good buddy, you may get me, but brother, let me tell you, it'll soon be after a fight. Took ill and they sent for me to come. Well, I had to pass by the old graveyard, so so I went on a run. I heard screaming and moaning and wailing and groaning, scary as a mummy's curse. I said, good buddy, you may get me, but brother, let me tell you, you're gonna have to catch me first. Yeah, Frankenstein was first in line. The Wolfman came up next. Dracula was doing his stuff, breathing down my neck. Well, jump back, make tracks, here comes a hunchback. Better get out of his way. I said a fee-fee-fi-fi, fo-fo-fum, it was a monster's holiday. I said a fee-fee-fi-fi, fo-fo-fum, it was a monster's holiday. This is from The Doors. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down, when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain when you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down, when you're strange. No one remembers your name when you're strange. Faces come out of the rain when you're strange, when you're strange, when you're strange. Do you remember the Searchers? I took my troubles down to Madame Rue. You know that gypsy with the gold tattoo? Well, she's got a pad down on 34th and Vine, selling little bottles of love potion number 9. I told her that I was a flop with chicks. I've been that way since 1956. She looked at my palm and she made a magic sign. She said, what you need is love potion number 9. Well, she bent down and turned around and gave me a wink. She said, I'm gonna mix it up right here in the sink. It smelled like turpentine and looked like Indian ink. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside, but I kissed a cop down on 34th and Vine. She stole my little bottle of love potion number 9. I held my nose, I closed my eyes, I took a drink. I didn't know if it was day or night. I started kissing everything inside when I kissed a cop down on 34th and Vine. He stole my little bottle of love potion number 9. Love potion number 9. Love potion number 9. Well, there's a spirit. Native American folklore. For many northern tribes, from New England to British Columbia, goes by many names. Some people call it Wendigo. Some people say it's a spirit of death. Some people say it's just an evil spirit that haunts people out alone in the wilderness. My home's way up in the north, they say, where the hunter may die all alone. Red men have told of a legend so old, of death whose sound is a moan. I fly where the forest meets the sky. I chase the northern wind as I go. My feet are on fire as I run and when I cry. My name is Wendigo. White lakes and trees in the cold moonlight, it's a sound so lonesome and low. Is it the wind or a cry in the night? Wendigo, Wendigo. I fly where the forest meets the sky. I chase the northern wind as I go. My feet are on fire and I run as I cry. My name is Wendigo. Wherever I go, the prints of my feet, they burn through ice and through snow. A hunter who sees looks above in the trees. It's the mark of the Wendigo. I fly where the forest meets the sky. I chase the northern wind as I go. My feet are on fire and I run as I cry. My name is Wendigo. My name is Wendigo. Well, put on your dancing shoes because we're going to the Zombie Jamboree. Back to back, belly to belly, well I don't give a damn cause I'm dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the Zombie Jamboree. At the Zombie Jamboree. It was a zombie jamboree took place in a New York cemetery. It was a zombie jamboree took place in Long Island Cemetery. Well, zombies from all over the island, some of them great Calypsonians. Since the season was carnival, they got together in Bacchanal and did back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn cause I'm dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the Zombie Jamboree. At the Zombie Jamboree. One female zombie would not behave. She says she wanted me for her slave. In one hand she's got a quart of wine, in the other she's pointing saying you'll be mine. But believe me folks, I had to run cause the husband of a zombie ain't no fun. I said, oh no, no, my turtle dove, an old bag of bones I could not love. Back to back, belly to belly, I don't give a damn cause I'm dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the Zombie Jamboree. At the Zombie Jamboree. Right then and there she raised her feet. She said, I'm gonna get you now, my sweet. I'm gonna make you call me sweetie pie. I said, oh no, 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 get back, you lie. She said, you just wait and see. After you kiss this dead zombie, well, I never seen such a horror in my life. Can you imagine me with a zombie wife? It's back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn cause I'm dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the Zombie Jamboree. Yes, it's back to back, belly to belly. Well, I don't give a damn cause I'm dead already. Back to back, belly to belly at the Zombie Jamboree. At the Zombie Jamboree. At the Zombie Jamboree. Cha-cha-cha. It's time for us to sing the Monster Mash. And I'll try not to laugh. I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise. And suddenly, to my surprise, he did the mash. He did the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. He did the mash. It caught on in a flash. He did the mash. He did the monster mash. From my laboratory, in the castle east, to the master bedroom where the vampires feast. The ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrode. They did the mash, they did the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash, it caught on in a flash. They did the mash, they did the monster mash. Well, the zombies were having fun. Well, the party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rockin', all were digging the sounds. Igor Unchains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five. They did the mash, the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. They did the mash, it caught on in a flash. They did the mash, they did the monster mash. Well, out of his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seems he was troubled, but just one thing. He opened the lid, and he shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? It's now the mash. It's now the monster mash, the monster mash. It's a graveyard smash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash, the monster mash." Well, everything's cool now. Drac's part of the band. My monster mash is the hit of the land. And for you to live in, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you. Then you can mash. You can monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash. They did the mash. They did the monster mash, the monster mash. The monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash, the monster mash. They did the monster mash, the monster mash. All right, folks, we're gonna sing it together. You ready? They did the mash. He did the monster mash, the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash, the monster mash. It caught on in a flash, the monster mash. They did the monster mash, the monster mash. Ow. Here's the true story of the yodeling ghost lady. Everybody in the valley has the strangest tale to tell. A story of a haunted house and a ghost they all knew well. If you go by that haunted house there in the dead of night, you'd hear a woman's voice, but there'd be no ghost inside. For it was the yodeling ghost lady. Yodeling ghost lady. She would yodel in the cellar, the attic and the hall. As she wandered through this haunted house, you could hear her lonesome call. Yodel-a-hoo-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-hoo, yodel-a-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-tee. Well, the women folk said they believed the wind howled through the place, but the men folk, they all insisted they could feel her warm embrace. When they heard the yodeling ghost, it filled their heart with glee. They just loved the sounds of the yodeling ghost lady. Yodel-a-hoo-hoo, 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 yodel-a-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-hoo. She'd yodel in the moonlight, and when the rain would fall, and when it started thundering, you could hear her best of all. Yodel-a-hoo-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-hoo, yodel-a-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-hoo, 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 yodel-a-hoo, yodel-a-hoo-hoo. Well, the women were a jealous lot, so they burnt the old house down. There's nothing left but ashes, but her yodel is still around. Her restless soul will wander throughout eternity. That, my friends, is the story of the yodeling ghost lady. She yodels in the valley, she yodels in the hills, she yodels when the sun comes up and everything is still. She yodels in the valley, she yodels in the hills, she yodels till the sun comes up and you can hear her yodeling still. Yodel-a-hoo-hoo, 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 think of witches, tall black hats, riding broomsticks, black cats. A woman named Bonnie Lockhart wrote a song taking a closer look at the history of real witches. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. There's a little witch in every woman today. Well, witches knew all about flowers and weeds, how to use all the fruit and the leaves and the seeds. People grew weary from hard working days. They made them feel better in so many ways. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. There's a little witch in every woman today. Women had babies, the witches were there to feed and help them and give them some care. Witches knew all about how life began. Don't you wish you could be one? Well, maybe you can. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. There's a little witch in every woman today. Now some people thought that the witches were bad. Some people were scared of the power they had. The power to help and the power to heal isn't something to fear. It's a treasure to share. Who were the witches? Where did they come from? Maybe your great-great-grandmother was one. Witches were wise, wise women, they say. There's a little witch in every woman today. Oh, there's a little witch in every woman today. Joni Mitchell wrote this wonderful song that I often think about this time of year. It was made popular by Tom Rush. I awoke today to find the frost perched on the town, hovered in a frozen sky, then gobbled winter down. When the sun turns traitor cold, all the trees are shivering in a naked row. I get the urge for going, but I never seem to go. And I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down and winter's closing in. Met a girl in summertime, she had summer-colored skin, and not another man in town my darling's heart could win. But when the leaves fell on the ground, bully winds came round and pushed them down into the snow. She got the urge for going, and I had to let her go. Yeah, she got the urge for going when the meadow grass was turning brown. Summertime was falling down, winter closing in. Now all the warriors of winter, they give a cold, triumphant shout. And all that stays is dying, and all that lives is getting out. See the geese in chevron flight, flapping and a-racing on before the snow. They've got the urge for going, and they've got the wings to go. Yes, they get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down and winter's closing in. So I'll ply the fire with kindling, pull the blankets to my chin. I'll lock the vagrant winter out, and I'll bolt my wandering in. I'd like to call back summertime and have her stay for just another month or so. But she's got the urge for going, I guess I'll let her go. Yeah, she's got the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown, and all her empires are coming down, and winter's closing in. And I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown, and summertime is falling down, winter's closing in. Yes, I get the urge for going when the meadow grass is turning brown. Summertime is falling down and winter's closing in. As the weather gets colder, I think of songs like this one. Do you remember the Mamas and the Papas? If so, you can probably sing this with me. All the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk on a winter's day. I'd be safe and warm if I was in LA, California dreaming on such a winter's day. Stopped into a church, I passed along the way. Well, I got down on my knees and began to pray. You know the preacher liked the cold, he knows I'm gonna stay. California dreaming on such a winter's day. Ooh, 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 ooh. all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. I went for a walk on a winter's day. If I didn't tell her I could leave today, but California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. California dreaming on such a winter's day. This little song a long time ago when I was far away from home and winter was coming on. Walking underneath a lonely tree, yellow leaves are falling down on the city. I watch them fall as I walk along. My mind drifts away to another town. I think of them, my circle of friends, knowing how a circle never really ends. I walk along, humming a good old country song. Reminds me of the place where I belong. Sweet New England's on my mind again. See them old Berkshire hills, maples swaying in the wind. Follow an old mountain road up into Vermont. Stop and sip some cider by the fire in a country restaurant. Tomorrow I'll be in some other place without a friend to talk to, or a trace of things I know, or places I can go. The home I left behind is all I know. Sweet New England's on my mind again. See them old Berkshire hills, maples swaying in the wind. Follow an old mountain road up into Vermont. Stop and sip some cider by the fire in a country restaurant. Wise folks say you gotta live out every day. Each of us must look to find our own way. I travel round, searching to be free, but this memory of home comes back to me. Sweet New England's on my mind again. See them old Berkshire hills, maples swaying in the wind. Follow an old mountain road up into Vermont. Stop and sip some cider by the fire in a country restaurant. Sweet New England's on my mind again. See them old Berkshire hills, maples swaying in the wind. Follow an old mountain road up into Vermont. Stop and sip some cider